What? Hey, guys, can we give it up for the worship team tonight? How's everybody doing? Good. You're in the spitting zone, Ashton. Just letting you know. Okay? Just letting you know, man. Claudia, I don't care if I spit on you. Really don't. Because you know what? You'll spit right back. I know how you are. Yeah, she's a licker. Okay. All right. Is that a window licker? Kidding. Hey. Good to see you, Romo. Ryan, it's good to see you. Natalie, I'm so glad you're back. It's been gone for a little while. Laird, good to see you. Sarah, Logan, nice to see you first time. You're really his brother? Okay. I was going to say, don't fix to say. Fixing to say, hey guys, everybody turn to your Bible to 1 Samuel. I'll wait. It's no big deal. Chapter 5. Okay. All right. Tell me when you get there. Tell me when you get there. All right. I'm there. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, we got some cool things. We're going to get into a story here tonight that's, I think, is awesome, and I hope you are encouraged. Oh, by the way, announcement next week. Our drummer, Tim, PT, he's going to be bringing the word. He's awesome. Yeah, so, yeah, y'all give it up for him. So, be encouraged to next week to come and council meeting next week. Oh, hey, talking about the lock-in. The lock-in is not going to happen. We're going to have it until midnight. Reason being, no female chaperones. No female chaperones. Dang. Hate it. Yeah, that's not going to happen. No, she's not. She is a licker. She licks people. All right. Hey. So let's get into this word. All right. Starts at 6 o'clock, 6 to midnight, Friday night, this Friday. Be here. It's going to be fun. We're going to have the Xboxes. We're going to play some games, do some fun stuff. May get some Risk out. I know Lane and Nash love them some Risk. There's some competitive fellas. I love that game. Yeah.
It takes way more than 6 hours.
Well, it depends on who you play with. I like to dominate the world. All right, here we go. Getting into this. Make room for God. All right, let's see what we think this means. We're getting back into another statue thing here, right? We've been talking about statues. What's the first statue we run across? King Nebuchadnezzar had this dream, and the dream was the statue, and what was the statue made of? Gold on the head and silver, bronze, and what's on the feet? Clay, yeah, and precious, not precious metal, but clay and metal. And so that was the dream. And who interpreted that dream? No, King Nebuchadnezzar had the dream. You're half credit there. But who interpreted the dream? In the book of Daniel. Daniel did it. All right. Then we talked last week, we talked about the other, he didn't get enough about the dreaming. He had to go build him a 90-foot statue of himself, right? And then who said they weren't going to bow to that? 3 dudes. Ashak, Meshach, and a billy goat. All right? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? All right, and so they were thrown into a fire and fiery furnace, and they had who with them? Yeah, that's cool. All right, so y'all are retaining. That's good. That's good to hear. I'm glad, because I look at y'all, and y'all look at me like cows staring at new gates. Okay? All right, so we're going in the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel 5 tonight. We're going to talk about this next little statue here, all right, and making room for God. And we're going to get into this here. Let me see. All right, this is good. We need to know this right off the bat. What happened? All right. What is the first commandment? You should not have any other gods before me. Okay, go ahead and nail the second one too. Go ahead and nail the second one. Don't make yourself an idol. All right. That's pretty important. That's the first thing he says. And what do? A lot of times, we put something else in front of God. And when we put something else in front of God, we normally put ourselves in front of God, right? And think about this. And look, I'm not criticizing. Listen to my heart. Listen, I love everybody. Everybody has excuses. Okay, everybody. All right? But look, okay, I don't know how to say this delicately, so I'm not going to say it delicately, but there's no real good reason to miss church. Okay, stay at home. Yeah, that's good. That's a good reason. No. Call Pastor Ross. Hey, dude, I don't have no gas. Call somebody. Phone a friend. You know what I mean? You're sitting here thinking of an excuse right now that is logical and good enough to say, but I don't have to go to church because of this. Well, yeah. If you're sick, I don't want you coming in here and getting other people sick. Okay, I'll pray with you. You know, you can come over before service and we'll lay hands on you. Okay, but if you're a healthy being, how many times on a Wednesday night have you thought of an excuse not to come to church? And I know there's some things that are out of control, like football practice and basketball practice, baseball and band and choir, and all of a sudden in our society today, Wednesday church really is irrelevant, which really hacks me off. But if it isn't because of an obligation, right? I hear this until I'm sick in the face. It's like, oh, Russ, I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. I have to go prom dress shopping. Really? Okay, I know it's over. Thank you, Austin. But yeah, or this is like, I can't come to church tonight because I have to go eat with my family. And I know that happens. Okay? But are you really fighting that? And hey, mom and dad, I know our time together is important, but my time with God's the most important. And throw that at them. I shall not serve any other gods before me, and I shall not make for myself an idol. So, mom, dad, I need church. When's the last time you hit that between the eyes with your parents? They say, son, you can't come to church tonight. I need God. But hey, there's a place where you the mom and dad or go back am I really taking my kid away from church? Am I really taking my kid away from God? Okay, and like I said, I'm just simply we need to really think about this and be how much of a priority is God in our life, and how much of a priority is serving God in our life. Really, if we get down to it, it's kind of not so much. Okay? And there's some good ones in here, guys. If you do not know this, look at the book of Exodus, okay, and learn some of these things. Okay? I don't want any of you guys to be committed to murder. Okay? Or to steal. Hey, looky there. Honor your father and your mother. Ruh-roh. All right, we got to get going. All right, let me set the table here. All right, the Philistines and the Israelites are at it again. Okay, right, and the Philistines are going, and then and they're coming, and the Israelites are coming, and they're coming to this battlefield, and they're going to fight. Okay, so the Philistines they they whoop up on the Israelites. And the Israelites have the Ark of the Covenant, okay? And the Ark of the Covenant looks like that right there, okay? And inside of there was some awesome things, staff, and on this where these angels are, okay? And they're spread their wings out. That's called the mercy seat. And that's where the presence of God resided. Okay? It was awesome. And so the Israelites were thinking, hey, we just got our tails kicked by the Philistines. Let's go back and get God and come back and fight these guys. Okay? I'm actually going to be preaching on something like this here in a couple of weeks, but about that whole scenario. But they go back and they get the Ark of the Covenant, and they go, and there's this huge resounding yay as they bring it into camp, and they're rallying the troops, and everything's awesome, and it's resounding. And then, we see the Philistines like freak out, like, what's up? Why are they so excited now? And then they found out, and then like the Mel Gibson or the what's his name? Maximus. I get him and say, hey guys, we're Philistines. We fight. We're fighters. We're going to fight them. Okay? And so what happens is the Philistines go and they beat the Israelites with the Ark of the Covenant there. And they're like, they kill 30,000 Israelites in this war. And then they go and they jack that. They steal the Ark of the Covenant and they bring it back to their place. Okay? And so, yeah, you can imagine that? Like, what just happened? And that'll preach a whole other message right there. But here's where we are. We have this happening at this. Okay, and this is where we go. After the Philistines had captured the Ark of the Covenant, they took it to Ebenezer, and to Ashdod, okay? And they had the Ashdodites there. Not any relation to you, right? Okay. Then they carried the ark into the Dagon's temple, and they set it beside Dagon. This is their god, Dagon. Okay? This guy looks like that. Yeah, he's a merman. Okay. Goodness gracious. All right. So, anyways, they set it beside Dagon. Okay, and then when the people of Ashdod arose early the next day, there was Dagon fallen on his face and the ground on the ground before the ark of the Lord. They took Dagon and they put him back in his place. All right, so they carry this guy, they carry the Ark of the Covenant, they carry the presence of God, and they put it in his temple. Dagon's temple. Okay, and this is what he was. He was the gods of fertility and crops. Hello. Fun. Okay. And yeah, he's a creature there. And how would you like to worship that? But I mean, he was their chief god. Like they worshipped all kinds of other little gods, but he was like the main god. And in this temple, they put the Ark of the Covenant right next to their god, like, okay, we got us another god. Let's go put it in the temple. And I'm thinking to myself, if we can talk about our lives, that's where we kind of put God. I like this church. I like this youth group thing. This is fun. The music's cool. It's engaging. I like how, free-spirited it is. You can run and dance, and Pastor Russ gets up and says some goofy stuff. He can't read well, and we always make fun of him, but it's fun, and he means well, and I like it. It'll work. It's okay. I'll put it right in between my Xbox time and my iTunes time, and that's good. I'll put God in the course of my week, And this is what we've done. We've made God a something to do in the middle of the week. We just don't wake up in the mornings praising his name. When's the last time, and some of you guys are like this, but when's the last time you woke up and was like, man, I cannot wait to read my Bible? But Russ, it's so boring. No, it's not. God just hasn't been revealed in his life and his energy to you yet. The Bible is awesome. There's stories like this in it where you understand, like, what's going on? And then we start getting into it, and we're like, Google search, like, Dagon, what's Dagon? And you get this, and like, oh, wow, it's a merman. And this is what he did. And, so when you start unloading the Bible and you get excited about the Bible, then it becomes more than just something to do on Wednesday night. It becomes something to do all the time. It says in Acts, as they were building the first church, the church was being added to daily. Thousands were being added to the church daily. That didn't say weekly. It didn't say yearly. They were having church like revival. You okay? This is the thing about revival. We think of revival as a new preacher that we haven't heard in a while come in and preach a message for a week or so, and we have some cool music happen, and we have revival from Monday to Friday, right? It's just a grown folks vacation Bible school, really. And that's our idea of revival. No. They were having daily devotions, daily reading the Word, daily growing in the Lord, daily loving God. They didn't just say, yeah, hey, put him in the corner with the rest of them. That's where we kind of view God. Dude, and here's the thing. And I love you guys. Oh, I love you guys. But I can tell when God is just something put in your wall or put in your room, when you just get to this place and you plateau and you're like, what? Where you used to have energy and full of life and you loved God and you were friendly to people and you loved people and you were reading your word and you were praying and you were excited about our church and the energy and, wow, it was awesome, and Acquire the Fire, and we were listening to this great preacher, Mike Gazzardo, and whoever we were drooling over ourselves, how awesome his preaching was. We're like, whoa, it's awesome. Like, God can reveal that to you yourself. You don't need a Mike Gazzardo to teach you and preach to you. You don't need a Pastor Russ to teach to you and preach to you. What you need is you need to make God known to you. Okay? This is exactly what the Israelites just experienced. They go and they get their butt kicked and they're like, wait, we need God. Let's go get God. Let's go get him out of the temple. Okay? Right? And when we do the same thing, when we have stuff happen in our lives, when we have some issues happen, and we have some things happen in our family and in our parents or our relationships, when we look first thing, where's God? Where is he? There he is. He's at Christ Central Church. Pastor Russ has him. Give him to me, Russ. And it's like, it's broken. That doesn't transform. Your lives are not being transformed. You get to this place and you get to where you're complacent and you're like, I can handle the fight against the Philistines. I can handle not getting along with mom and dad for a little bit. It's broken. Wait a minute. Let me go find God. God, get over here. And then you get over there to God and you pick up God and you go and bring him in the middle of this mess, in the middle of this fight, in the middle of this battlefield, and then you get your tail kicked and the thing continue to happen, and then you look at God and you're like, you're the fix-it guy. As we learned last week, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they sat there and they cried out to Nebuchadnezzar. God's going to deliver me from this fire. He's going to deliver me from this. But if he doesn't, I don't care. I'm still going to serve God. But we think of it as, God, you're going to beat this thing. You're going to beat this thing. And if you don't, I'm done. I've had you in that room for 5 years. I come to church every week, and I listen to Pastor Russ, and I remember when we told me the story about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and he threw them in the fire, and you were there. I'm in that fire. But you might not remember the passage that I'm talking about now when you say God's got to become real to you. God's got to be more than a God in a closet. God's got to be more than the gods that are put up next to your other gods. You got to know God. Really and truly right now, we know of God. It's kind of like this is our God. Yeah, God's in the box. Yeah, he's on the top there. No, he's in you. He wants to live through you. So we see what happens here is they put him in there with the other gods, Dagon, the merman, and they put him there overnight. And the next morning they wake up, and the Ashton, when she wakes up, she's like, Dagon took a nosedive right in front of God. Like, no one come in there, okay? Dagon's a gigantic statue, okay? And I'm sure the Israelites aren't just playing around with Ashdodites and saying, we're going to show them they stole our God, so we're going to throw their God on the ground. Okay? I'm sure that wasn't happening. Okay? The power of the Lord is in that room. And what you're seeing here is this right here happening. It says, in the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth. This is what's happening. It's like, no. Your gods don't mean junk to me. Your gods are going to bow to me. Right? And this is what God's probably telling you to do in your life right now. He's probably saying, all these gods that you're putting in front of me right now, all these gods that you're putting next to me, all the stuff you have in this room, they're all going to go away. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. They're going to go away. And some of them have. Sometimes, some of them have. And God has delivered us from some things, some issues, some addictions, some real troubling times. And what do? Let's see what they do. Okay? They take him, all right? They took Dagon and they put him back in his place. God, don't come up here and start messing up my life. This is where I want my Xbox time. That's it. Stop messing with me. Stop fooling with my room, right? How many of you guys love mom and dad to come in and clean your room? Yeah. Stay out of my room. Stay out of my room. You got stuff growing in there, right? I know, Richie, your mom told me right on Xbox, like, you got stuff growing in here. That was kind of funny and gross at the same time. and this is what we do, like, stay out of my business. And whatever addictions, whatever strongholds, whatever problems we have, whatever struggles we've gone through, we look at these things and we're like, yeah, but I really like that right there. And we put it right back where it was. We put it right back in the same exact spot. God has already broke it down. God has already put it down on the ground. God has removed it, and we're like, oh gosh, let me go fix it. It's a distraction. You put whatever addiction you want, whatever stronghold, whatever thing is keeping you from Christ, and you put it, instead of calling it day God, you call it that addiction. You call it that problem. You call it that issue. Okay? And you call it that, and you look at this story and say to yourself, have I done that? Did I put the same problem back in my life? Girls and boys are the world's worst about this in relationships. Really? Oh, and they come to my office, Russ, he's so abusive, he's such a jerk, he's so stupid, I can't stand it. He's so rude to me. He does, he just does the stupidest things. And then the next week, hey, we're going back out. What? Like, really? Like, do you, I have to tell this to some of you guys, like, do you actually listen to what you're saying when you're saying them? The words, and I know some people say, no, I like to hear it for the first time myself, with you. Like, are you serious? The dude's a jerk. The girl's a jerk. She treats you like crap. He treats you like crap. Oh, well, yeah, but we're going back out. He's changed. He's changed, Russ. No, he didn't. You just put him back in the same spot. So this is what happens. But the following morning, when they arose, there was Dagon fallen on his face on the ground before the ark of the Lord. His head and his hands had been broken off and were lying on the threshold. Only his body remained. That is why, to this day, neither the priest of Dagon nor any others who enter Dagon's temple at Ashdod step on the threshold. That's kind of cool. It's just the presence of the Lord just working it out. And he has that power in you. He lives in you. And if we are the temple, are we not the tabernacle? Does not Christ live in us? And if that is the case, how many things are in that temple with God right now? Lust, pornography, addictions, alcohol, anger, rage, girlfriend, boyfriend, unhealthy relationship. And these are these idols. These are these things that we've built up. And these are these things that we've slid in. And right now, tonight, if you want to be delivered from them, God can break them. See what he does here? It's like he breaks his neck and his hands, and he puts them at the door. It's awesome. And I'm encouraged with you tonight. I just want to encourage you guys. This is what this looked like. The merman. Destroyed. Broken. Like, what? And the Ashdodites are like, who is this God? I just wanted to encourage you guys tonight. Guys, you guys come on up, the musicians. Dagon versus God. And let's take Dagon and again, let's replace it with whatever you want it replaced with. Whatever stronghold has you. TV, Facebook, Xbox, anger, rage. I shouldn't say Xbox. You're a PlayStation 3 guy. Sorry, Colton. I didn't mean to be gamer insensitive. Okay, but it's whatever problem it is: anger, lust, immorality. How about dishonor to your parents? When's the last time you walked into your parents' house and you just told them you loved them? No way. If we are to serve God and we are to honor God, we are to honor our fathers and our mothers. Thus the Ten Commandments say. Where are you in this? Jesus Christ is not valued at all until he is valued above all. That's cool. And that's true. That's so true. Where's your commitment level with God? Is it at its highest point? Or in the middle? Or is it non-existent? We are the future church. We are the future we are the hands and feet presently. We are future husbands and fathers. We are future mothers and wives. And if you are going to live in this world, if you're going to live this life, this right here, this thing right here with Augustine is awesome. He says Christ is not valued at all, or at all until he's valued above all. That's where he wants you to be. That's where he wants him to be in your life. And then this, every knee shall bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth. He's going to rule and reign. And he wants to rule and reign in your life. Stop putting him next to your junk. That's all I'm going to say tonight, guys. I'm not going to keep babbling. We serve a king, not a beggar. The altar's open.